Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here in variant 7, going into chapter 2.2. This was the last path that I took. Finished this all on day 1, just getting around to uploading this footage. Hopefully it's helpful to anyone. And this path has composite construction, which basically makes all techs immune to ability accuracy modifications, so you can't reduce their ability accuracy. It has stack overflow, so each tech that you have on your team, additional one, you get 10% debuff duration, and then hard knock life. Hard knock life, I really don't enjoy that one. Really can mess up with your parries and yeah, but yeah. So for this Iron Man Infinity War, I'm going to go in with Star-Lord, and I'm going to try to just work around that disorient that you get from the Hard Knock Life. With one on, it's not that big of a deal. When you start getting 2 or 3, block penetration can start to add up. But yeah, so as long as you kind of stall around and wait those to fall off. I see right there I have 4, and those blocks right there, that took a huge chunk of damage. And typically with Iron Man Infinity War, you're going to do like double parries, reparries, because his attacks, his repulsor attacks can bypass the parry stun. And so if you want to stun him, then you need to basically double parry. You can block bait his heavies and then counter that, which is what I'm also trying to do. And yeah, Star-Lord is just a solid option here just because he can do a ton of damage quickly with minimal hits, as long as you just keep that combo up. Here we're baiting some heavies, countering those. You can counter it quicker than that, but there's no reason to interrupt the heavy, not working against any clock, and it just kind of stalls out the disorient passives that I have on. And yeah, so when we get to the end, I think I'm going to try to kill this guy with an L2 before he starts doing auto blocks. Looks like maybe I'm not going to quite get there. Otherwise, I'm going to have to counter his heavies with Star-Lord's heavy, which can be done. I'm guessing I did that. Or maybe I fire off this L2 after I let the armors go off. So I think he's going to throw one more L1. And then I might just intercept him with an L2, maybe? Or do I stun him? I don't remember. No, there's... Oh, so we have him. He has 1% left. And I think I'm just going to throw the L2, hoping that it kills him, and it doesn't. But then we just tap him over. But yeah, so that was a little bit sketchy. But yeah, Star-Lord can work good for that Iron Man Infinity War. With Ultron, you can do the dashback intercepts. He has that kind of short-ranged attack on his dash attack, so you can dash back and immediately counter. Going to be parrying here and there, and then just kind of bait his L1s. His L1s are easy to evade, easy to counter. Pretty much the only thing you just need to be aware of is the evades, like that. So I get smacked, and I'm at 10%, but I do believe I squeaked this one out without any problems, but I basically can't do too many more parries, especially if I have a disorient on, because it's going to hurt pretty bad. So I'm just going to try to get him to keep going to L1s, and then just watch out for the evades. It's like every 7 seconds he can evade. And yeah, so there's another one. Trying to do some dash back intercepts. I'm trying to also block bait heavies. There's a dash back intercept. So there's some easy openings. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I do turn off his processing for the regen, hit him with a big L2, and we get him into the next regen phase. But we're gonna kill this dude off, get an intercept in, and no, not quite finish him off. But right there, we get him. So other than that first evade, decently fought. But yeah, you just can't parry a whole bunch. And so now we're gonna go in to this Professor X, yeah, I believe with Guardian, and I think I'm looking at the map to say who should I use. Maybe I go back in with Star-Lord. No, I go in with Guardian, and I don't know, my plan always with Guardian is just to get to one L3 and then one L2. We're getting some intercepts off. Definitely trying to trigger that falter, which I didn't do while he's finishing his special. I thought that would last longer, but the timing was just not right, so I do get smacked. And maybe I just hit him with one L2 here, and after I got the L1. So the L1, you can get some of his charges on him. And let's see, do I finish him off like right here? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So other than missing the dex on the L1 and getting hit on a falter, Guardian survives. And I believe I go back in with Guardian on this one, and I believe I do end up dying like right at the end. So this fight's a little bit more tricky just because like I typically like to parry Emma even when she's in diamond form, simply because she will tend to trigger her heavy with that, and so you can just parry, you won't get the stun, but she'll go into her heavy and then you can counter that. But with the disorient, you know, if she doesn't do that and she keeps hitting into your block and you're repairing or whatever and you get more disorients, the damage can really start to add up. So just be aware of that. But it looks like basically I'm just going to try to apply that same strategy where I have built up one L1, got the extra charges on, and then get to an L2. And I want to make sure that when I throw this L2, she has a bar of power, so she gets out of diamond form. Boom. Pretty decent damage, but it doesn't kill her like it did with Professor X. And I believe do I die here? I thought I died. Yeah, right there. I get comboed. And I should have just thrown the special, and then I go in and I get intercepted with her special attack and I die. Yeah, so I remember I did die. And who do I finish her off with? Do I finish her off with Star-Lord? Nope, still Spidey. And you know, still Spidey, he can hit pretty dang hard. I'm just trying to hit into her block and then block bait a heavy, but she's not having it right now. And I think it takes a few tries. There we go. We do get an opening, and then we apply his debuff on and get some crits, and we kill her. So next up we got Diablo. So I end up switching from the tranquilizer to the web foam simply because I know Diablo can go unstoppable, and I don't have Diablo. I don't even think I have him neither as a 5 or a 6 star, so I really never used him. I've never really read into his abilities. I fought him a few times on map 7 AQ, but I just know that he can go unstoppable. Like, so right now he has that regen passive thing up, so he can regen, and then he has one where he can get some power gain, and then it's like the iron skin or whatever it is, and he can go unstoppable. So I put on the slow just in case he does go unstoppable, that I won't get smacked from that. And Stealth Spidey, he does some really decent damage. Especially if you get both the precision and fury passives up, he can do some really good damage. I'm trying to race to an L2 to get a long slow, but I miss it, and that's my last one. But I believe I'm just gonna throw off an L2 here, and it's going to kill him. Or maybe do I get to L3? No, looks like I get to L3. Maybe I finish him off with L3. I don't recall. This was over a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago. And this doesn't kill him. I remember that. It doesn't kill him. Just barely. He survives, and we tap him over. So Stealth Spidey, a decent option for Diablo. I think a lot of champs could take him without any problems. Now, Quake, she is an interesting option here, because if you get too many disorients from the hard knock life, your parries will fail, and then she could be hitting into your block, and you can trigger her heavy, and then you get some of her concussion earthquake stacks on you, and if those detonate, you can get stunned. You're going to take some damage, and then if you do get stunned, you're going to get wrecked. So yeah, you really need to be careful on this one with those disorients. And so we do get off special 1 to get both the fury passive and precision passive, evading her L1s, and just look at the crit damage, man. Again, 6k crits almost on most of the hits. Yeah, Stealth Spidey, he can put out some decent damage. I don't use him a lot, but he does have some decent utility, and he takes Quake down without any issues. And then we're coming up to the SpiderGwen. This is the 5th time, and I've soloed with Stealth Spidey. I think I soloed with Nick Fury. I was trying to get a solo with Iron Man Infinity War. So I go back in, and the whole strategy here is, and I failed on my prior attempt, but it's to basically hit while she's only under the stun. I do have Guardian on the team, so I do get extra block proficiency, which pretty much means almost, I think, all of the parries I get 0 damage, which is really nice. Iron Man Infinity War, he already has decent block proficiency to begin with. So even if you don't have a Guardian on the team, he will take minimal damage through the parries. Like, I think that one took 8, 12. Yeah, so it's not always 0, but it's pretty often where it's either 0 or very minimal. Keep an eye on Bubble Shield. So there's the 10th parry. So the next hit is unblockable, and yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I get smacked. So now I'm trying to get her to throw a special. So now we're going to throw our special through. We're going to get the plasma on her. And then it's all about just kind of slow, steady play, parry, do short combos while under the stun where she can't evade, and refresh that plasma, and then build up to another L3 and just keep it coming. And hopefully you can get multiple plasmas stacked, and she'll just die from the plasma damage. So right now she's taking 390 a tick, which isn't too bad of damage. And if you can just build back up to a special 3, you can stack on another one. I think you can stack multiples. I think the L3, you lose like 25% chance each time you have one stacked. But yeah, so if you can just get a bunch of these stacked, you're good to go. try not to dex, and you know when that plasma's on there, the power gain is pretty minimal. Plus, I do have max petrify, so 30% less combat power rate gained while under the stun. So now we got two, and they're both ticking for 796 a tick, which is nice. And then it's just repeat, repeat. So now I'm at 30, and I'm trying to think. I thought I had dex that. There. Now the unblockable triggered. Now we're good to keep going. Refresh it. And I do mess up here somewhere again, unfortunately. But the whole idea is just to keep this strategy up, get back to another special 3, and keep stacking those plasmas, and they'll just drain her. It's pretty easy to do, but I do mess up. I messed up last time. I did mess up this time. So while I say it's easy, I messed up. So here's another one. We're going to get our third plasma on her. And she's ticking away. She's at 40%. So not bad. Iron Man Infinity War, it's not hitting that hard. But those plasmas, they're just doing the work. So I thought I had a dex right there, and I went for the parry, but I didn't get the unblockable triggered. That's why I failed. So you really got to make sure that purple unblockable call out comes out. Otherwise, you're going to get smacked like I did. So we almost got her. We got about three quarters of her down, and we're just going to finish her off with Nick Fury. Nick Fury is a great, quick, fast option. He can fully bypass her evade with 5+ tactical charges, which is easy to get. Basically, just build up almost to an L2, throw the L1, and then throw another one. Here, I think I tried to get the L1 off, but I got pushed over just barely to L2, so I missed my tactical charges. But that's how I would do it, is just get close to an L2, throw the L1, throw another L1, you're good on tactical charges, go ham, let the bleeds do the work, and there we go. So chapter 2.2 is all done. Yeah, let me know how you guys did, who you guys used. Thanks for watching, fellas, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.